Good evening, everyone. Welcome back for some more Friday night action here of some Moorhead Bantam Black hockey. As Moorhead has a district matchup with Wadena tonight here at the Cullen Hockey Center. Try to keep you posted on the game stats as much as possible, but we're without a clock here tonight working in this rink, so clock's just being operated from the scorers table. So we're ready to get underway here, and puck drop run away. Beckett, Miller with Summers and Copeland today to lead off this one. Welsh and Brecky at the blue line. Beckett into the zone. Now loose puck comes outside the zone where Brecky will retreat to his own zone. Logan down in the corner. Now helped out by Beckett. Beckett chips it up to Summers outside his reach. Wadena dumps in the corner. Now Welsh comes out of it. He chips along the boards to himself. He races up for it. Wadena gets to it first. Welsh loose along the boards, and Wadena will clear. Welsh from his own zone. Lead pass up to Joe Summers. Summers in. Shot and saved by Wadena. And with that, Moorhead will get a fresh set of 5. As Colton Miller will come out with Kane Kalhoff and Jet Steen. Isaac Poss and Landon Hasbargen at the blue line. As Kalhoff gets tripped up, Colton goes bar up again. Continuing from his streak last week of hitting the post. Kalhoff chips it in the corner down to Colton. Now feeds it to Hasbargen at the point. His shot, tipped by Steen, just goes wide of the net. Now Steen hands it to Kalhoff. Kalhoff back out to the point. His shot, Steen, and goal. Jet Steen with a backhander puts it in on the feed from Hasbargen at the point, and the Spuds quickly lead 1-0. Third line steps out on the ice. Woodard quickly up with it. Shot, rebound, covered up. No, still loose. Get up and clear. Pressured by Blaha. So Blaha out here with Woodard and Monshaugen. And out goes Hasbargen. Hasbargen lead pass up to Woodard. Goes off a Wadena stick. Woodard, alone. Tried the sharp angle shot. That's saved to the sideboards. To Woodard, but that's intercepted. Wadena throws it in the zone on an offsides call. So 14:44 left here in the first, as their scores table is going to announce the time periodically for everybody. Leads it back to Welsh. Welsh banks off the boards up to Copeland. Oh, nice try, just out of his reach. Wadena from their own zone. They're rigging her on the far boards. Loose puck picked up by Beckett Miller. They'll hand it down to Summers. Summers back to Beckett. Beckett, sharp shot there, goes high up over the net. Brings all the way around to Welsh to the blue line. Welsh steps up into the middle, hands it over to Brecky. Brecky, shot, rebound. Summers picks up the loose puck by Wadena, and they'll throw that off the boards, and that'll go down the distance for an icing's call. Bringing the face-off all the way back down here to the left of the Wadena goaltender. Colton will step in. Wadena wins it to the corner. Steen keeps it along the boards. Centering pass to Kalhoff. Backhander there, saved. Now King works in the corner. Steen supports. Kalhoff tries to walk behind the net. And Wadena able to clear. And that'll go the distance for another icing. So another face-off coming down here to the Moorhead. Moorhead controls at the point. Pass. Down to Steen. Kalhoff down low. Tries to throw one up to Colton. That gets intercepted by the goaltender. And Wadena clears. Pass hustles down for it. Backhands it off the boards for Colton. Colton Miller up the right wing. Poke checked away. Now supported by Jet Steen. Jet Steen walks in. Shot high up over the net. Asbargen pinches to hold it in. Kalhoff now hands it up to Steen. He tries to feed Kalhoff. That's down low. Colton goes cross ice for Steen. Steen out to the point, and that gets past Boss. And Wadena carries it out. Sharp angle shot there. That's gloved and hung on to by Alex Davis. So midway through the first period here, Moorhead leads 1-0 over Wadena. Monshaugen in to take the face-off. Pass goes off a skate and bounces out to center ice. Now lead pass intercepted. Now picked up by Monshaugen. Monshaugen up the middle. Sidesteps one player, now spins around. Looks for support. Carries it in himself. Shot there, saved up into the glass. And Wells tried to hold it at the blue line, but it popped for a whistle. So 12:15 left here in the first period. Moorhead leads 1-0. Beckett, Miller, we're into the Summers. Summers throws a shot, just goes wide. Battle on the far boards with Copeland and Summers. Puck reams around to the near side. Copeland centers to Joe Summers, who puts it in the back of the net, and the against Wadena. So the penalty will be nullified with the delayed goal. All right. Looks like they got some issues at the scorer's table again. Technical difficulties here tonight. All right, we're ready to get underway. Puck drop and face-off underway. Wadena controls with it. Excuse me. Nice move there by Wadena as they get down in. Davis to Miller up ahead on the left wing. He's got Kalhoff up the middle. Shot and scored, Colton Miller. And that's a 3-0 lead for Moorhead. Face-off comes to the near boards. Blaha chips it out. Brecky will send it over to the far boards. The reach for Woodard. Wadena, D-to-D in their own end. Now taken away by Woodard. He gets tripped up. Blaha will push, and penalty coming up against Wadena. So with a little over 11 minutes remaining here in the first period, Moorhead leads 3-0. They'll go on the power play. Beckett, Copeland, and Summers. Olsen Brecky at the blue line. Off the face-off. Brecky steps up, shot and scored. Logan Brecky, power play goal. Four nothing lead here for the Spuds. Midway through the first period. Summers out the face-off, carries it in. Tries a backhander, just goes wide. Now Beckett feeds it back out to the point. Brecky dumps it back down low. Rodani Copeland behind his own net. He tries to feed it over to Summers. Again, Brecky holds at the blue line. Now Miller, Beckett. And he gets a poke checked away by Wadena. Wadena up ahead with it. Pass too far. Picked up by Welsh in his own end. Misses the wide open net. Don't think he believed that he missed it. Now intercepted by Welsh. Welsh skates it in. His shot deflected up into the netting off a Wadena stick. So that'll get us. Face-off, Steen off the face-off. Shot hits the skate up front. Now Colton hands it off to Kalhoff. Kalhoff centering up front. Steen and shot on a goal. Jet Steen with his second goal of the period. Face-off underway. Boss steps up to take it away. Now Woodard. Woodard's shot goes wide of the net. And it rings all the way around to the blue line where Hasbar going to hold it in. Now Blaha along the near boards. Looks for a centering pass, but Woodard's tied up front. And low. Blaha from behind the net. Hands it off to Mounshaugen. Mounshaugen's shot, save. And Wadena able to pick it up along the far boards. Now Mounshaugen with the loose puck. He'll flip it into the zone. Moorhead will give chase. Picked up by Woodard. Woodard feeds it out to the point. Pass, shot, rebound. Now Blaha back out to the point, but unable to connect with Pass, and that'll big collision there along the boards. Penalty upcoming to Wadena. Mounshaugen skates for some room. His shot goes off the post. Rebound. Misses again. Now Woodard picks up the loose puck. He feeds it up to Welsh at the blue line. Welsh at the face-off circle. Shot and scored. Loose puck picked up by Gavin Welsh, who puts it in the net. And I believe that's 6 now for Moorhead. Again, there was a delayed penalty coming up, so that'll negate the power play. For now Beckett hands it off to Summers. Summers back to Beckett, just out of his reach. Now Brecky, he'll settle things down. His pass intercepted. Wadena Throws a shot on net. Oh! Welsh and Davis almost mishandled that with each other, as that was just a rolling puck on net that Welsh tried to pick up with a stick, but almost popped it away from Davis. Now Beckett feeds it to Summers. Summers back down low. Copeland centering. Beckett shot, save. Face-off comes to Steen. Steen's shot hits the stick. Goes, nope, it gets past him, and he'll have to retrieve. Welsh banks it off the boards. And now Steen will come out with it. Steen center pass. Colton to Kalhoff. Kalhoff's backhander, gloved and hung on to by Wadena. Woodard chips it low off the face-off. Mounts Haugen to pressure. Now Wadena takes the puck from behind their own net. Stolen away by Blaha. Nice play there on the stick for Garrett Blaha. Now he hands it down low to Mounts Haugen. Mounts Haugen right here in front of us. Goes to Blaha behind the net. Stolen away, Mounts Haugen. Shot, saved by the Wadena goaltender. Now Mounts Haugen to Woodard. One-timer, and saved by a pad. .6:20 remaining here in the first period. Face off, one. Summers stakes up front. His shot wide of the net. Copeland battling down low. Now picked up by Donnie Copeland. He'll skate it to the middle. He'll hand it over to Post. Now spins it down low for Beckett Miller. Beckett centering pass, but nobody there but a Wadena blue jersey. Back to the far side. Morgan to Summers. Summers at the blue line. And finally Wadena able to punch it out. Summers tries to get everybody on side, but punched it in across the blue line a little too early for an offsides on Moorhead. Steen off the face-off. Kicks it to himself. Now it gets stripped away. Supported by Kalhoff. Steen down to Colton Miller. Colton side steps. Goes around the net. Looking for an open man. Now 16 remaining here in the first. Spuds leading 6-0 against Wadena. Chip out attempt, held glove down by Brecky. He tries to throw it in, but that goes off of Wadena's skate. Welsh pushes it wide. Now battle in the corner. And now Welsh finally able to clear. Welsh skates to the middle. Tries to leave a pass for Mounts Haugen just out of his reach. Blaha steps up to help out. Now Brecky on the near boards. Brecky will leave it for Mounts Haugen. He'll chip it up ahead into Blaha, who leaves it for Woodard. Woodard shot. That's blocked up front. Mounts Haugen with the rebound and score. Rebound came right out to Cam Mounts Haugen's stick, and he finds the back of the net with it. Putting the Spuds up 7-0. Face off. Over along the boards is Hasbargen. Wadena chips it back out to center. Being a player on the ice. Holding her wrist. The injured player gets helped to the bench. So Wadena goes on the power play. So face-off coming down in the Moorhead zone. Welsh off the face-off, banks it up ahead. And rolls all the way on net, where the Wadena goaltender will cover that up. Just under 4 minutes remaining here in the Colton battles for it in the corner. Send it cross ice. That gets outside, so Brecky will pick it up. Now Wadena spins down low. Another shot on net. That's saved by Davis. Now they feed it out to the blue line. That shot goes off a stick, glove down in center ice. And Moorhead able to pick it up and clear. Kane Kalhoff up ahead on the right wing. His shot wide off the back of the boards. Now Colton in narrow. Battles along the near boards, and Wadena finally picks it up. Now loose puck picked up by Woodard. Woodard will dump it low. Wadena bangs it off the boards. Mountsaugen picks up the loose puck and shoots and scores. Shorthanded goal for Cam Mountsaugen. With about 3 minutes left here in the first period. Woodard wins the faceoff back to Hasbargen. Back to Welsh. Back over to Hasbargen. And finally Wadena. And penalty coming up against Moorhead, Kellen Woodard. He knew it as soon as he did it. And so it'll be a 5-on-3 advantage here for Wadena. Can't think there's too much time left in the POS penalty. And Becca Miller finally able to chip it free. And now it's a 5-on-4 as the POS penalty expires. Hasbargen sidesteps to, throws it on net from the blue line. Now Brecky holds it at the blue line. And Wadena finally able to clear. As Lannon Hasbargen will settle things down. Beckett chips it into the zone. He throws a shot on net, and that'll be covered up by the Wadena goaltender. As there's 1:21 left here in the first period. Wadena on the power play. Quick shot there by Steen. Now Wadena from down below. Steen feeds it to Welsh at the pop. Flip it in down low where Kalhoff will retrieve it. Kalhoff hands it down low. And Wadena finally banks it off the boards and out. Wadena off the faceoff, tries to set up their power play. They dump it down low. Tries a stuff attempt, but Davis there to hold the post with the pad, and he'll hang on to that for a whistle. Puck comes back out to center. Wadena dumps it in low. Welsh will pick it up from behind his own net. He'll find Colton Miller up the left wing. Colton carries it up ahead. Stops. Pops it to himself. And taken away by Wadena. Long centering pass. Broke up by Logan Brecky. And that's the end of period number 1. So that's the end of period number 1 here. And it looks like the Zamboni door's open, so we're going to get a Zamboni break here right after the first period. So we'll just leave the feed going here, but come back. Moorhead, Bantam Black, and Wadena. leading 8-0 after 1. Zamboni break is over, and we're ready to get the second period action underway. Face-off picked up by Woodard. Woodard loses an edge. Skates in, shot wide. Blaha holds it in along the far boards. Kick free by Wadena, and they'll send it back out center ice where Landon Hasbargen will retrieve his own zone. Now Brecky up ahead to Blaha. And Moorhead kicks that one into the zone offsides. Beckett in to take the face-off. Comes back to Welsh. Welsh over to Brecky. Brecky flips up ahead to Summers. Summers feeds Beckett down the slot. Beckett's shot deflected high up into the glass. Welsh and Beckett battle on the boards. Now picked free. Wadena controls, and they have to clear the zone. Turn back around by Moorhead as Donnie Copeland pokes it up ahead. His centering pass gets intercepted by Wadena. Now Summers hands it low to Copeland. Copeland out front. Sidesteps one player, but checked away by the defender. Now it rings all the way around to Welsh on the far side. He spins down, skates up front. And finally Wadena is able to clear, and Brecky will come back and get over. Wadena banks it back out. And Wadena is able to clear. Logan Brecky from behind his own net. He'll feed up to Welsh. Sidesteps one player, cocks in, shoots, and scores. So just 2 minutes gone by here in the second period. Spuds tally another one. Kalhoff spins around, hand to Hasbargen. Hasbargen to Welsh. Welsh skates it up along the right side. Gets a poke checked away. Now Steen, his sharp angled shot just goes wide. Centering pass, Colton's backhand, flips up high over the net. Now Kalhoff hands it off to Colton. Colton down below the goal line. Centering pass is blocked. Now it rings around the blue line where Hasbargen will throw it back down deep. Colton feeds it. Quick shot there by Steen, saved by Wadena. Now Colton, his shot deflected and scored. Looks like that was Colton Miller that got a tip on that shot. Wadena spins around and sends it to length, and that'll go for icing. Allenshaugen at the blue line. That pass is intercepted by Wadena. Now Moorhead will gather it and send it in. And that passes off the mark, so it goes all the way down for an icing. Mountsaugin wins it back to Brecky. Brecky from behind his own net. Finds Blaha. Up the middle. All the way across to Woodard. This again is off the mark, and that's another icing against Moorhead. Wells chips it up to Copeland, who finds Beckett. Beckett, cross ice to Summers. Summers up along the right wing. Tries to center it back to Beckett. Passes just off the mark. Copeland spins around, shoots puck just shot wide of the net. Beckett tried to centering pass. Now it's stuffed along the side. Centering attempt at Copeland, but he was tied up. Now Wells steps up to hold the puck in. Kicks it to the boards. Now Copeland finds Welsh at the point. Welsh back to Copeland. Now in to help along the boards is Summers. Summers comes out with it, shot, and scored. And finally poked free by Wadena. Alstein comes away with it. He's got a lead pass up to Kalhoff. Castle on the near board, far boards. He feeds it down low to Steen. Steen centering pass. Welsh at the point. His shot goes off of a player up front. Back to Welsh at the blue line. He sidesteps one player, steps to the middle. Tries to throw a pass down low, but that's deflected away off of Wadena's stick. Now Kalhoff from behind his own net. Centering pass to Colton. Colton hands it off to Steen. Steen now from below the goal line. And Wadena able to pick it up and ring it around, but Welsh holds it at the blue line. Welsh will hand it down to Kalhoff. Kalhoff sidesteps one player, skates it out front. Centering pass. Colton just missed on it. Now Welsh at the blue line. Throws a shot in. Pad save. Colton with the rebound and another great save there by the Wadena goaltender. So 11:15 remaining here in the second period. Moorhead with a commanding lead. Has Bargain from the point, tries to dump it low. That goes off of a shin guard. Now Poss, Isaac will hold it in. Now Mountsaugin with it. He skates in, shot, scored. Cam Mountsaugin. Cam rings it in down low. Blaha first there to pick it up. Now it comes to the point to Poss. Isaac along the boards. Dumps it down low to Blaha. Garrett from behind his own net. Centering pass to Woodard. Woodard shot. Saved by Wadena. Now Mountsaugin. Hands it off to Poss. And Poss gets it poke checked away, and he'll have to come out center ice and get onside. Isaac up again across the blue line, hands it off to Woodard. Woodard skates it into traffic. Now Poss picks up the loose puck. He throws a shot, goes right through the crease. And Wadena will bank it off the boards and all the way down for an icing. So Beckett in to take the face-off. Comes to Brecky. Brecky skates into the face-off circle. Shot saved by Wadena. Out from behind the goal line. Stolen away by Copeland. Copeland tries to center. Gets past Beckett. Wells steps up. Now Wells skates it in low. He tries to go to the far side. That's out of the reach. Now Brecky. Hands it back to Copeland. Now it goes to Welsh down below the goal line. Or excuse me, that was Summers. Now Welsh below the goal line. Feeds it up front. Gets through everybody. Wadena unable to clear. And finally they pick up the loose puck and carry it out to center ice. Poke checked away by Brecky, who takes the tumble. Now Beckett feeds it up across the blue line, and Wadena will dump that in offsides. Logan looks to be all right. He took a awkward dump along the boards. Wadena gets up to the red line and dumps it in. Isaac from below the goal line. He'll feed it up to Steen. He'll chip it up to Colton. Colton, lead pass up to Kalhoff. Kalhoff up ahead, one-on-one. Now Colton, he tried centering pass, but that was deflected away by Wadena. Now Hasbargen at the point. His slapper down low, banks off the boards along the side of the net. Now the puck's loose. Colton from a sharp angle shot. That goes up into the glass. And Wadena able to chip it out back out to center ice where Isaac Poss will step up. And he gets a little too eager getting into the zone, and the Spuds are offsides. That puck is deflected down to the Moorhead zone, so Isaac will have to pick it up with no icings waved off. Turnover up front. Mounshaugen there to poke check it away, and now Woodard will pick it up, the loose puck. Woodard centers to Blaha. He's unable to handle, and Wadena sends it back to center ice. Now Woodard from the red line. Skates it up ahead. He tries a centering pass, gets punched into the boards. Now Mounshaugen will chase after it. Loose puck comes out front. Woodard throws a backhander on net, and that's covered up and hung on to by the netminder for Wadena. .744 left here in the second period. Spuds with a commanding lead here in this district matchup with Wadena. Clearing attempt by Wadena, taken away, picked up by Summers. Summers with the loose puck. Centering pass, save there by Wadena. Now Copeland in the corner. Brecky dumps it back down low. Wadena will ring it around the boards to the near side. That's picked up by Summers. Now Welsh picks up the loose puck. Welsh's shot and saved by Wadena. Beckett off the face-off, shot, save, And rebound put in by Donnie Copeland. Steen from the corner. Tries to feed it back to the point. Now has Bargan. Throws it in on net. Rebound, Kalhoff. Now Steen battles for it and finally covered up for a whistle by Wadena. Isaac from the point. Hands it down low to Steen. Now Colton sidesteps two players. Battle at the blue line. Colton comes away with it. Tries to find Kalhoff sitting up front. Ooh! And penalty coming up against Wadena as King Kalhoff got leveled in front of the net for no reason. So that'll be interference on Wadena. Mounts out and take the face off. Wadena picks it up from behind their own net. They chip it around the boards. And unable to clear as Moorhead gets a stick on that, but finally able to chip it out to center ice. Isaac will pick it up in his own zone. Turnover, loose puck. And Hasbargen picks it up and clears. Now Landon chips it up ahead to Woodard. Woodard skates it up into the zone. Up into the middle. Shot. Saved by Wadena. Now Blaha. He sends it down low behind the net to Woodard. Woodard tries a centering pass that goes through everybody's legs. Now Hasbargen throws it on net. Pad save there by the goaltender. And Wadena able to clear. Woodard to Hasbargen. Up through center ice. Throws it on net and gloved and hung on to. 5:20 remaining here in the second period. Summers wins it back to Miller. Miller's shot wide of the net. Comes all the way around to Brecky on the far side. He'll hand it back down low to Summers. Summers back to Brecky. Brecky cross ice to Beckett. Beckett back to Brecky. Brecky's shot. Stick save there by the goaltender. Now Summers down low. He tries a sharp angle shot, but that's saved by the goaltender. Now Wadena will ring it around the boards. And Wadena will send it back the other direction. Where Joe Summers gets pinched off the puck. But Brecky able to hold at the blue line. Now Donnie Copeland down low. Donnie from behind the net. Cross ice, Summers, shot just wide. Now Beckett will pick it up on the near side. He'll skate it up front and middle. His shot deflected to the corner. And Wadena back to full strength. Loose puck, feed out front, and score by Joe Summers. I believe that was on a feed from Beckett Miller, I think. So 4:15 left here in the second period. Loose puck at the center ice. Welsh will carry it up ahead. Centering pass. Looking for Steen, but that was saved by Wadena. And Wadena banks it off the glass and all the way down here for an icing. Has Bargain at the point. He throws that one, goes off a shin guard. Colton Miller down in the corner. Circles back. Tries to center it. That's blocked. Now he picks up his own loose puck. Now rings her on the other side where Kalhoff will pick it up. Kalhoff pokes it to Steen. Steen battles with the puck in his feet. Now taken away by Kalhoff. He gets a poke checked away. Wadena kicks it back to the other side. And Hasbargen tries to use the soccer style to hold it in, but it pops free. And Moorhead will have to get back on side. Steen up the center through Kalhoff. To Colton. Colton. Hands it off to Kalhoff. Now Kalhoff to Pass. And stolen away by Wadena. Wadena up ahead. They throw a shot there. Just goes wide of the net. Steen looking for a lead pass, but he fanned on it. So now they pick it up. He'll hand it off to Kalhoff. We'll send it back down low. And Wadena able to control. And penalties coming. And I think looks like we got matching penalties here. 2 roughing calls. 1 against the Spuds, 1 against Wadena. So we'll still stick with some 5-on-5 hockey here with 2:12 remaining here in the second period. Brecky, cross ice to Welsh. Welsh up ahead to Woodard. He chips in the middle to Mounshaugen. Mounshaugen tries to slide a pass through, but that doesn't make it. So Welsh will bank it off the boards. He'll carry it in. His shot, rebound, flat backhander goes high up over the net. Now Mounshaugen from down low. Centering pass, Blaha's backhander gets blocked. Now Mounshaugen from down below the goal line. He'll skate it up all the way to the blue line. Over to Brecky. Brecky throws a pass, but Woodard's tied up down low. Now Blaha. He'll feed it up to Welsh at the point. Welsh looking for a tip from Mounshaugen, but that goes wide of the net. Now Blaha. And Mounshaugen worked from down low, but Wadena able to pick up the loose puck and carry it free. Welsh will step up and turn it back the other direction. Blaha, centering pass to Woodard. We're down to 1 minute remaining here in the second period. Woodard, his centering pass gets picked off by Wadena. And Wadena will bank it off the glass. And that gets all the way down for an icing. Off the face-off, carried in, shot Summers, save Wadena. Beckett banks it off the board up to Brecky at the blue line. Now down low to Copeland. Copeland looking for a centering pass. It's on Beckett's backhand and that goes wide. Brecky will step up and hold it low. Now Wadena rings it around to the near boards. And they're able to clear out. 2-on-1 numbers for Wadena. Long shot there, goes wide of the net. Beckett chips it up to Copeland. And that's the end of period number 2. So we've already had our Zamboni breaks, so we'll just take a quick minute timeout here and conclude with period number 3 from Moorhead. All right, we're back ready for the third and final period. Spud's leading 14-0 after 2, so this will be a running clock period. And right out the face-off, in comes Steen. Oh, he tries to feed Kalhoff. The pass was in his feet. Now a centering pass by Colton gets intercepted. Wadena chips up along the boards, and they're able to clear. They chip it up ahead, down to the far end, poked away by Hasbargen. And Steen feeds it up to Poss, who dumps it in. Isaac will dump it in down low. Wadena will ring it around the boards where Colton Miller will pick it up. Al Colton down low to Steen. Steen feeds it now to Poss. Poss throws it up off high. Oh, just off the goalie's glove. It was sitting right on the goal line. Cleared by Wadena. Now Moorhead battles low. Steen throws a backhander off the pad. Now Kalhoff picks up the loose puck. Kalhoff cross ice to Steen. His shot deflected off of Wadena's stick. Now battle on the boards. As Colton and Kalhoff try to dig the puck out of the skate. Kalhoff out of the break. His shot goes off the stick and off the crossbar. Held in by Hasbargen at the point. He throws a shot that's saved. Now Colton puts it down low to Kalhoff. Kalhoff to Colton. Colton Miller now dumps it back low to Steen. Kalhoff tries to stuff one in short side, but Wadena there to make the save and clear. And they'll send that the length of the ice for an icing. I think one ref was trying to say it was tipped, but the other one didn't hear him. So icing called against Wadena. Face-off coming back. Oh, they're going to call face-off at center ice. Face-off. Pucks over Brecky's stick, but he recoups. Gets it up to Woodard. Woodard with the Spuds. 3-on-2. Shot and scored. Kellen Woodard. Welsh picks it up, hands it out to Brecky. Brecky goes cross ice. Now Welsh will bank up the boards of Blaha, who chips it up to Woodard. Woodard in along the left wing. Centers it. Goes off the mark. Brecky throws a shot in from the point. Saved by Wadena. Clearing attempt. And finally Wadena gets it out to center ice. Brecky from the blue neutral zone. Gets a poke checked off of his stick. Wadena player will pick it up along the near wing. He centers it out to center ice, where it's now picked up by Cam Mountshaugen. Cam steps in all alone as Moorhead's in the middle of changes. Throws it into the near corner where Blaha will pick it up. Now Mountshaugen from behind the net. Spins all the way around, gets to Welsh. Welsh throws a shot in, goal pad saved by Wadena. Now Blaha working along the boards. Sends it low for Mountshaugen again. Mountshaugen steals it away. Wadena's clearing attempt held by Brecky. Brecky's shot, pad save. Blaha with the rebound, and that's saved and hung on to by Wadena. 12 minutes remaining here in the third period. Moorhead leading 15-0. Pass at the point. Throws it into the far corner. Wadena picks up the loose puck and he races up the right side. Cut off by Joe Summers. Now finally the puck cleared out by Copeland. Copeland up ahead to Summers. Summers, Copeland, shot and scored, Joe Summers. Wadena sends it back out to the neutral zone. Hasbargen carries it along the near side. He throws a shot, goes off a stick and up into the net for a whistle. Wadena wins the faceoff, dumps it low. Only one there is Kalhoff. His backhander just goes wide. Colton feeds it up to Pass. Pass throws it in down low to Kalhoff. Kalhoff centering pass. Colton Miller, his shot gets deflected off a stick up over the net. Now Wadena kicks it to the far corner. Clearing attempt by Wadena, held by Hasbargen. He centers it. And Kalhoff has to pick it up at center ice as they come leaking outside the blue line. Now Wadena up ahead, and they enter the zone offsides. Lead pass over here to Blaha. He finds Monshaugen up the middle. Hands it off to Woodard just outside of his reach. Centering pass. Nobody there. Clearing attempt by Wadena, held by Logan Brecky. He'll dump it back down low to Woodard. Woodard hands it off. Blaha. Oh, Blaha with a nice feed. But the Woodard was tied up with another stick. Now Woodard leaves it to Welsh. And turnover, and Wadena's out up ahead. They'll throw it in down deep, where Welsh will pick it up. Welsh, lead pass up to Woodard. Woodard carries it in. Shot there, saved by Wadena. Now Blaha chips it low. Pulled away by Wadena. There, he carried up to center ice. Poke checked away by Welsh, and Blaha will spin back around. He's passed to Monshaugen, his feet. Couldn't quite handle it. Monshaugen will spin it down low. Woodard tries to center. Clearing attempt, held in by Welsh. Welsh's shot, rebound. Wadena dumps it out. Clearing attempt, held in by Logan Brecky. Brecky hands it off to Monshaugen. Back to Brecky. Oh, Brecky just gets it poke checked away. And Wadena finally kicks it out to center ice. And Blaha will go back to pick up the loose puck. He'll feed it off to Beckett Miller. And he'll feed up to Summers. Moorhead makes the line changes. Back feed to Beckett. Off the mark. And Wadena able to clear out to center ice. Copeland. Back to Beckett. Now picked up loose by Donnie Copeland. Now Poss steps up. Poss's shot, rebound. Big save there by Wadena again. Poke checked away by Poss. Summers carries up across the blue line. Feeds it back for Beckett. Beckett's shot, saved by Wadena. Now to the near side, Hasbargen. Feeds it down low to Summers. Summers. Oh, Beckett was looking right down the middle and he missed on it. Now Copeland from behind the net. Donnie Copeland. Steps out front. Feeds it over to Beckett. Beckett back to Summers and scores. Six minutes remaining here in the third. 16-0 lead by Moorhead. Hasbargen stalls at the blue line, gets everybody on side, then dumps it in. Al Colton, his shot wide of the net. Steen hands it off to Colton. Colton here down low. Steen and Colton work down behind the net. Colton tries to center up to Kaloff, and he does. Sharp angle shot there, saved by Wadena. Steen from behind the net, loose, and Kalhoff buries it. Monshaugen off the face-off. Carries in across the blue line. Throws a shot, just goes wide. Blaha tries to bury the rebound, but just hits in the net. Now Welsh holds it in. And Wadena clears it out center ice. Woodard hands it off to Mounshaugen. Wadena chips it back out to center ice. Now Brecky. Throw one on net, and Davis will hang on to that for a whistle. He hasn't got to touch a puck for a while, so he wanted to hang on to it. Blaha kicks it out to center ice. Or excuse me, that's Beckett Miller. Moorhead made a change. Wadena gets it out past center ice and back out. Moorhead off. Change side to their own zone. Now Brecky from below the goal line. He'll go back over to Welsh. Welsh back over to Brecky. And up to Summers and out. Summers up across the blue line. He drops it off for Beckett. Beckett's shot scored. Three and a half minutes remaining here in the third. Moorhead with a commanding lead here against Wadena in this district matchup. Join us again tomorrow as we travel across the river to go play Fargo. I believe that's a 11 a.m. game tomorrow. So join us for that one, and then we'll be back over here in Moorhead on Sunday for a district matchup against Brainerd. Moorhead's lone district loss so far as they lost to Brainerd the very first game of the season, so they'll be looking to get back at that one. Steen feeds it back to Poss at the point. Poss back down to Steen. Steen feeds it to Kalhoff. Kalhoff's one-timer scores. Face-off picked up by Blaha. Now Woodard in the corner to Mounshaugen. Mounshaugen to Blaha. Back to Mounshaugen. He'll skate out front. Gets to Hasbargen at the point. He throws a clapper on net. Blaha with this rebound. Puck still loose. And finally chipped free to the corner. Blaha sends it out to the point to Hasbargen. Hasbargen throws it on net and gloved and hung on to by Wadena. Beckett hands it off to Welsh. Welsh chips it down to Summers. Summers to Beckett. Now Summers. Back to Beckett. 1 minute remaining here in the third. Welsh now over to Copeland. Copeland to Beckett. Beckett, Summers. Summers shot and scored. And the Wadena goaltender has put up a fight, but she is tired. She's been getting harassed for the whole contest here.
15 seconds.
As the clock winds down on this one here from Moorhead, as Moorhead will defeat Wadena. And another district win here for Moorhead. And the goaltender will cover that up, and that will run out the time here from Moorhead. So thanks for joining us, everyone. Join us back tomorrow for some more Bantam Black hockey. But from tonight, from the CHC Hockey Center in Moorhead, Moorhead defeats Wadena and moves to another district win. So thanks for joining us, everybody, and we'll see you at the rink.